Hello YouTube, thanks for watching. Thank you to all you Millwork Scanner subscribers, much appreciated, and we look forward to shooting out some amazing updates. Today we're going to be talking about farmhouse sinks, how to set them up in Mozaik. Let's get into it. Okay, so in Mozaik, farmhouse sinks are a little trickier than a standard sink to set up. The way that you have to go about this, for starters, let's just build out a room. Quick room, and I'm going to add 4 walls, and I'm going to add a window. Let's put it on wall 3. Just offset it a little bit. Okay, so in order to get the farmhouse sink first, what you're going to want to do is go to the graphics V12 library. Oh no, I'm wrong. It's actually plumbing and electrical V12. So after you do that, you're going to search through here and look for a farmhouse sink. That's faucet. Apron right here. So there's a few different models built into Mozaik, and it may dictate the setup that you decide to do. So first of all, I'm going to drop in this one with the little flanges on the sides. We'll show you how we'll build that one out. So now I'm viewing it in the elevation view by clicking this little view the elevation button here. If you click this center above the object, well, it's not going to do it. But if I had a cabinet here, it would lock onto the cabinet. First, I'm going to show you with a frameless kitchen how you would do this. So I'm going to drop in my sink cabinet. Well, let's just delete that. Now, out of habit, my standard sink cabinet is not meant for farm sinks. What you want to do is just pick a standard 2-door. I don't want it to align with the sink or the window, so let's just drop that over here. I need to shrink it the height of this, so it's 10 inches high. I need to reduce this by 10 inches. There's actually 2 ways you can install a farm sink, because sometimes you want to have the farm sink flush with the countertop, and sometimes you want the countertop to go over top. In a perfect world, 99% of the time I'm doing it where the countertop goes over top of the farm sink, kind of like that, and that way the client can kind of like brush their whatever veggies and whatever, wipe the water into the sink, and it doesn't, you don't have to go over a lip. So I've shrunk it to 10 inches shorter than the farm sink itself. Then do I want to line it on the window? Yes. Now if I select this guy and I hit this button, it will lock it to the cabinet itself. Because this one has this little notch here, we have to do something a little different. Going to the top view, and I'm just going to measure from, if you hit this snapping button here, you can get so snapping on, and then with the lightning bolt you get precision snapping, and it's a little better at picking edges and stuff. So 15/16 times 2, so that's 1 7/8 inches. So what I want to do here is I want to turn finished ends to none, because I'm not going to have any finished ends. My width is 36 overall, and I need to minus 1.875, 1 7/8. from both sides. And now if I go to the top view, it should be aligned just nicely with that little notch there. Okay, now that that's done, the next thing we have to do is add a filler to the side of this. Myself, I prefer using the Frost CNC notched fillers. Go buy those if you don't have them already, they're amazing. Nick Frost sells those on his website. So for me, I'm going to use the toe height because I want it to go all the way to the floor. And then this one is going, I don't want to line it with the window or the sink. No, I don't want that one actually. Toe height, I want the one that goes to the floor. So you pick the one that goes to the floor, left side. Okay, and then the right side. No. No. So one thing to consider is that with my setup anyways, you'll notice it's wider than the actual piece itself. So I'm going to go to my parameters, and Nick's got a really thorough pile of adjustable parameters in here. So I'm going to remove this here, set that to 0, because it's essentially adding for scribing. So I don't want that here, and then this one I'm going to butt it in tight. And then again I'm going to remove my scribe to the wall to 0. And now you can see you kind of have a nice little setup here. For your interior, be mindful that you're putting a pretty heavy sink on here. So here's what I do usually. First of all, stretchers are not going to qualify. So let's change this to a full top. So I'm going to go to parameters, select my parameters. I'm going to go to tops. I'm going to change this from stretchers along the width to a full top. And then the second thing I'm going to do, I don't need a shelf in here anyways, but I'm actually going to put a fixed shelf in here, and I'm going to set that at 0. So now I have a double thick shelf. To me, that's much stronger of a way to deal with these. There could be a lot of weight in there, so I like to make sure that those are well supported. And then once you get that done, you can just, as per normal, drop in drawers or whatever in there. 3 drawer, 2 drawer. I might need to adjust the depth of those fillers. But as you can see, pretty good result. So that would be how you could do it with the first way you could do it. The second way you could do it is, let's get rid of this version of the farm sink. And I'm going to go to plumbing V12. So there's that version, and then there's the version that's just flat. I find these are more common, where there's no return on the side. And the stainless ones are usually the same as well. So let's drop in a stainless one. They are pretty common at 10 inches high. This one's 9. Let's just call it 10. And center that with the 36, which is most common. Now I don't need these fillers anymore, so I'm going to delete those. Center that on there. I need this to be 36. Just bring that down a little bit. Now you do want applied panels on the sides because I've ran into it where I had to deal with a little bit of door clearance issues. So I usually make sure an applied panel is at least there. And that's about it for that. After this, I'll show you how to do the top. So you got a pretty good setup there. There's a bit of an anomaly on the height though, which is a bit interesting. Interesting. So there's a bit of a bug happening here where my 3D view and my 2D view are not lining up, but sometimes Mozaik will do that. Let's just keep moving. So let's delete this one. Let's actually drop in this one. Come on. Okay, let's see if this one's doing what I want. Yeah, that looks about right. In actuality, it should be outset a little bit further. Okay, so there'll be another option there. Again, make sure that this shelf here, or this top of the cabinet, is well structured. You don't have to have a double shelf, but something like that, like a steel bar or something across, would stop yourself from getting problems later. So now if I got to do tops, I'm going to first adjust this so it's finished on both sides. And this one's already finished on both sides. And I'm going to go to tops, auto build tops. I've now got 3 pieces, which is not exactly what I want. Let's just delete that one. And best way to handle this. Sometimes if you're doing these guys, because of the different heights, you're going to get different countertops. Let's just see what we're looking at here. You can see that Mozaik has red. This cabinet is lower, so let's put a countertop there. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to auto build tops again. I'm going to delete this one and this one. And then I'm going to hit, not top settings, right click and edit shape with the shape editor. Actually, let's do it on the floor plan. So let's just drag this guy over here as close to straight as we can. Usually this is just for, rendering purposes, so it doesn't have to be bang on for me. For you, you might want to use the shape editor if it has to be bang on. Okay, and then just do that. The next thing you're going to do is I'm going to right click on the line at the bottom. I'm going to split it. Then I'm going to drag this line about where our sink is overhanging. Okay, and then I'm going to hit split on this part right here. Pretty close. Like I said, this isn't an exact science here. We may have to adjust this a few times. Farm sinks aren't the best setup in Mozaik, but this is what you gotta do. So let's accept that and see what it looks like. So we're gonna go 3D. Pretty close. Okay, so I wanna actually see the sink. So I'm gonna go View, Layers. Let's just see what we're hiding here. There's the sink. So if you activate appliances, sorry, it's been a little while since I drew one of these. So if you activate the appliances there, it'll bring back your sink. And then we can measure from here to here. So, well, actually what I want, kind of think of it, I want from here to more like here, 2 3/4. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go to edit shape in the shape editor. This is the standard shape editor. It has snapping, which is kind of nice, so I can get these lines properly straight. And then here I can adjust my X. So 19, I'm just going to grab a calculator here. 19.3 we'll just round it off to, minus 2.75 is 16.55. Oops. Wrong one. Okay, let's try that again. We're going to do the Y. You can do this formula here if you wanted to as well. Just going to do it this way instead. 21.86 minus 2.75. So 19.11. And then we could just take this one and drop it down because it's got snapping. And click OK. And that's pretty good. Again, you could do the same thing to get that perfect here also by measuring from here to here, 3/8 of an inch. Going back to the shape editor, adding on the X this time, 1/4 of an inch, so I'd go and then I'd also want to straighten out that one. But you get the idea. 3D. So there you go, farm sink with a frameless cabinet. The next one we're going to do is face frame. So I'm going to delete this guy, delete this guy, delete that and that. And then I should delete the top as well. We're going to do face frame inset, but it works the same for overlay as well. So let's drag in a sink. Let's drag in a 2-drawer. No. All right, 2-drawer. Okay, I'm ready to go straight on view, and we're going to set this at 38. Next thing that you want to do is split this, delete the top rail, change that to open. You also don't need your top, so you can go parts to build, top. So now you pretty much have an open cavity for that, and then you're going to want to change this to a fixed shelf, flush top. Okay, I'm going to do that one more time because I did it pretty fast. So you drag in a 2-door, align it on the window, set it wider than your wider than 36, because you pretty much want 36 between here and here. So if, let's say you have 2-inch stiles on each side, then and your farm sink is 36, then you're going to need 40-inch cabinet. So we're going to set that at 40, double click, go to the face tab, you're going to split that, turn this to open, select the top rail, hit delete on your keyboard, set this height here at the height of your farm sink, 10 inches. Down here you're probably going to want a pair of doors. Go parts to build, turn off the top, don't need that. Go to the interior, select this. Come on. Flush top. Is it gonna work? Oh yeah, okay, I see. So there's a separator there. I just have to grab it. There we go. Change that from a separator to a fixed shelf. Flush top. You probably don't want this bottom one here, do you? So you have a full cavity for a farm sink. I'm gonna click OK. I'm going to change my parameters to toe. There we go. And then we're going to find the farm sink. So I'm going to go back to plumbing, V12, sinks. We'll go for this one. Possible collision with window, place it anyway. So I want to center that here. 36, we're going to imagine that, let's go to the top view first. So obviously your farm sink is going to differ, but let's say this one's 38. And then I just want that to sit nice and flush against here. So I'm going to select that -7/16. All right, 1/2. There we go. Delete that. Delete my other measurement. So that'd be how you would do it with a face frame style. Again, I would recommend you drop a few extra shelves in there. Maybe this one doesn't matter because it's got the style underneath. That'll add a lot of strength there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for farm sinks. And the same deal goes for the countertop. Just drag that line over. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching this one. Keep supporting us with Millwork Scanner and check it out if you don't know what it is. Video link to Millwork Scanner will be in the video description. Check it out, man. It's great. It saves me tons of time on site measures. Thanks for watching. Have a great one.
If you're eager to dive deeper into Mozaik, enhance your shop, or explore the possibilities with CNC routers and 3D printing, you're in the right place. Your feedback drives our content, so subscribe to stay updated with the latest tutorials and tips. Watch out for our next video.